Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are getting started here as the British Raj. But before we get started, let's just set up our initial... We've already gone over sort of the situation with the new patch and what's going on specifically due to us being British India. So let's get our starting stuff in position, and then we'll go. I got a lot of authority here from... Authority per subject. Oh, right, because I'm in the British Empire, and the British Empire is a sovereign empire. So I'm getting 25 authority per subject, I think. Weird. Okay, well, that tooltip isn't worked out right. All right, so first things first, we need to drop taxes. Second things second, we need to increase taxes. I'll collect consumption taxes on services. We'll do luxury clothes, luxury furniture, tea. All the English love tea, and we'll do transport, and that'll leave me with plenty of authority to play with. That's going to potentially reduce the standard of living a little bit. I'm not going to get into these hyper-regressive consumption taxes right now. We may eventually, but not now. Alright, so let's see how things are looking in technology. In production, we are doing actually really well. We've got all the tier 1s, and we're already up to railways. Oh, that's actually a huge relief. Brilliant. So we'll get tech spread from Britain, probably. Next we got military. For naval, we're done with the firsts, with all the tier 1s, and for military, for land, we're done with the tier 2s. Alright, so... you know I'm going to start with general staff. That's just a long-term survival necessity. After that, we'll do intensive agriculture. I don't necessarily need to be able to produce my own munitions really soon because I can safely purchase those from the market. Britain will be producing a lot of munitions, so that'll be fine. And then society, do I need anything in society? I don't think so. Not urgently. I got all the tier 1s in society as well, and I've got corporate charters, which makes sense because I'm the British East India Company. So, I think that should be fine. So we'll close that out for now, and then let's take a quick look at our production methods. Alright, well, for sure we need Atmo pump engine for our iron mines. That's a no-brainer. Ditto for the gold mines. Those will be Atmo pump engine. Got a lot of plantations. Ports, I'm going to put them all in cargo port. Government admin, I'm going to put them all on filing cabinets. Logging camps. Do I want to turn this over to sawmills? Let me see. How does the market look? How does the market look for wood? How much more will we produce? We'll produce double. So that'll be an increase of like 630. It says more than that, but I'm not sure. I'm going to hold off on that for now, just because wood is not that expensive in the market. And it will be more so later. Let me see. Gujarat is not using fishing trawlers. Let's swap that over. And let's build some construction sectors. I'm for sure going to need some construction sectors. We'll build them in our most incorporated territories, which I should double check on to make sure. Alright, states. East and West Bengal are incorporated. Bihar is incorporated. Bombay is incorporated. They've already got one over there. Karnataka is incorporated and only has one. Northern Sirkars incorporated. So that's 4 construction sectors. And then we've got Malabar, Orissa, Mysore, Malaya, and Pegu. All right, we'll do Malabar for the other one. Is there labor here? There is some. Actually, Bombay's got a lot of unemployment. We'll put them in Bombay. Mumbai, I think, if it were today. All right, so that should be enough for construction, and then I think the next thing we need to do is we just need buildings everywhere. I need to get more government admin. My bureaucracy situation is rather shameful. So we'll just go ahead. We got plenty of available labor in East Bengal. Got a little bit in Bihar. Plenty in Bombay. Build a couple there. Plenty in Karnataka. We'll build a couple there. And all these areas have shortages of bureaucracy, so they'll all benefit from having a little bit more, not these ones, a little bit more admin. I can't build too much in West Bengal because I don't have the market access. Actually, I can build a little bit there because I can use all this authority that I've got to start a road maintenance decree, and that'll be fine. Alright, next things next. We talked about consolidating colonial rule already. I'm going to have to take Burma, and I'm going to have to colonize these areas. So first things first, what can I do in terms of colonization? I can go to colonial resettlement or colonial exploitation. It would be really ridiculous if I went to colonial exploitation. The Ryots would be extremely upset. This is going to permanently goof up my standard of living, though. So we'll go to colonial resettlement. I'm going to make a little bit of a fail state, but not a complete fail state. So, that'll be fine. And to close it out, let's see what our options are in terms of taking Burma. It's going to be 14 infamy. Who's going to stand with them? Luang Prabang, surely. Cambodia, surely. Siam, I can take. Dainam, I can take. Denmark, I can for sure take, especially with Britain's help. But Great Qing is not going to join. So I think just making Burma a protectorate will be just fine. Let's go ahead and kick that off, and then we'll get started. Suppose I should use my should set up my diplomacy before I get way into this, huh? All right. Who are some people I can rival? Denmark, I can absolutely rival. Portugal, I can absolutely rival. No problems there. And with the extra influence that I've got kicking around, I can start improving relations with Great Qing. Let me see. Who else do I want to be friends with anyone? I'm going to do some expansion over here. But it would be useful to keep all these smaller countries just sort of not at all bothered by that. I think that's the way to go. We'll improve relations with Persia. We'll improve relations with Russia. Never know when that could... The great game is being played right now, so you never know when that could come into affect things. We've got a famine in 7 states. Ceylon, Singapore... So Ceylon is owned completely by Britain. Right, this is a market-wide. Singapore, that's somewhere else. British Indian, Tenasserim, and Pegu, though. So those I do need to worry about. This is British Indian Tenasserim. So we'll go ahead and build up a couple of rice farms here. We'll build one for now, just to get it started. And this is British Indian Pegu. All the rest of Pegu is over here. That's going to be eventually part of us, but we'll just grab this bit. Or we've already got hold of that bit. I'm not going to put them... I'm going to put them before the government. I'm not holding the right key. Alt-click. There we go. We got there. We got there. We did it, Reddit. New journal. Purveyor of Progress. Alright, so this is probably related to the new stuff. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Purveyor of Progress. A grand railway network shall connect us all. It will bring great progress to the country and shape the future of our nation. Will complete if all state regions in the Delhi-Calcutta line have a railway. All state regions in the Allahabad-Bombay line have a railway. All state regions in the Madras-Bombay line have a railway. And all state regions in the Gujarat-Bombay line have a railway. Alright, so this is Bombay to Gujarat. This is Bombay. Where's Gujarat? All of this is Bombay, so... It should be adjacent to Bombay, right? This is Gujarat. Okay, I am holding a little bit. Alright, so... Well, I'm just going to go ahead and add these to the queue. They're not going to get built soon because my construction capacity is pretty bad, but we were doing our best. All right, so that's the Gujarat-Bombay line. Bombay-Madras line is Bombay, Hyderabad, the ceded districts, and Carnatic. All right, so the ceded districts is here. Carnatic is here. And what was the other one? Hyderabad. This is Hyderabad. Is this a split state? It's not. Okay, so this will be just building in Hyderabad, the princely state. Next up, we have the Allahabad-Bombay line. So that's Bombay to Malwa to the central provinces to Bundelkhand. This is Bombay. This is the central provinces. Malwa. Where's Malwa? So this is Bundelkhand. Bundelkhand. Do I directly hold any of this? I do not. Alright, so we'll build it in Rewa. And the other one is... let me see. Malwa. Alright, and that's here. So we'll build that there. And then finally, the Delhi-Calcutta line. So West Bengal through Bihar, Oud, Agra, and Delhi. Alright, so here is West Bengal. Here's Bihar. Presumably this is Oud. It is. Agra, and finally, Delhi. Alright, there we go. So that's in progress, and that'll get started. Now, we're going to be going head-to-head with Burma. I think I'm only going to need one army for this. But I'm for sure going to need British help. I can definitely get it. What can I get? Let me see. War goal. Ban slavery. Oh, that's neat. Yeah, we'll ban slavery in Burma. Absolutely. Yeah, we'll bring Britain in on this. That'll be fun. Urbanized British East India Company. That's probably not something we're going to worry about too much. Oman is improving relations. Wonderful. We got intensive agriculture, percussion cap, and central banking spreading. That's really good, actually. Percussion cap we can live without, but we're not doing it fast. And intensive agriculture we're already working on. Denmark and Portugal have rivaled me. Evangelizing in Shan, not worrying about that. Maldives started to improve relations. Let's take a quick look at the state of our armies. I might have made a mistake here, but we'll see. Some of our armies are still on cannon artillery and non-lancer cavalry, so we'll upgrade those. We'll do the ones actually in our mobilized army as well, because it's not that many. It shouldn't have too much of an effect. And that'll help with those things. And again, the British market should be more than enough to supply us with the necessary equipment for that. Great Britain is going to go into an opium war with China. That's something we may very well get involved in. Raising concerns. The Hindu priesthood have expressed their concerns about government decisions clearly favoring the interests of the East India Company. Choosing is always hard, not because the decision is difficult to make, but because the consequences can be a bit inconvenient. Rumors are spreading like smoke from a factory, staining the clear air of British East India Company with a dense and vicious poison. This needs to be addressed. Happier Hindu priesthood, unhappy East India Company, or they need to accept we can't always please everyone, unhappy Hindu priesthood. How's the Hindu priesthood currently feeling about the situation? They're not doing great. The British East India Company is loyal. That's reducing my enactment time, which isn't that big of a deal. I'm going to say this needs to be addressed. Hopefully they'll stay happy. Oh. British Indian Nasarim is incorporated, so I can't afford to lose that territory. So unfortunately, we're going to have to mobilize a second army. This is going to be an extremely costly war, but that's alright. These things happen. Return state in Persia. Persia is attempting to grab Kandahari Bampur from Kandahar, which shouldn't be too much of a problem, but keep your hands off Baluchistan. I need that. Balochistan's down here. I need that. I need Balochistan for my stuff. Alright, Bombay Army is in the process of landing. I'm not going to be in control of when this ends. Hopefully they'll just surrender and we won't have to have a big deal about it. Because this is going to cost me a lot of cash. Alright. Inefficient agriculture. The East India Company started complaining about the existence of subsistence farms in Delhi, stating that their undeniable inefficiency should be immediately addressed. The fertile soil of our people suffers, relegated to tired and calloused hands, too exhausted from manual labor to perform at a decent level, too poor to be able to afford to use more advanced tools that would make them more profitable. This industry is just a useless investment. So we should follow their advice. Increases migration attraction to the area, but makes upper stardom pops more radical. And they serve our purposes, reduces the happiness of the interest groups. So, Delhi, do you have any upper stardom pops? You do. Alright. How can I... Primarily Hindu... We have a lot of manor houses. These are staffed entirely by aristocrats. And those aristocrats are... How do I see the state demographic? Okay, here we go. Aristocrats. Oh. So Hindu aristocrats are going to be middle stratum, but Sunni ones are going to be upper stratum. So that's interesting. Okay, so I can't piss them off too much. But I don't want to upset the British East India Company too much. You should follow their advice, and I'll just kind of live with the radicals. It's not great, but I'll do my best. I'll live with it. Harvest conditions started. What is this? Frost and Elb. Alright, that doesn't affect me. Can safely ignore those. Alright, the ethics of exploitation. Debate. The government's attempts to pass the Colonial Resettlement law has brought the ethics of colonialism to the forefront of public debate. We have no right to interfere, control, or exploit. They say we bring civilization. We bring misery and oppression. We rig the entire social economic structures of the colonies to serve our selfish needs. My brother, what country do you think you are living in? Colonial Resettlement's morally correct. 40% chance of reduced enactment chance. 40% of significantly increased enactment chance. 20% chance of increased enactment chance. Or we can concede some of their points. This lowers the chance of a reduction, but also lowers the chance of an increase, of a larger increase. I'm going to go with the second one. Lowest risk is the way I'm going to go. Oh, we got minus 10% anyway. Well, that's a shame. Hopefully, we can still get where we want to go and do the thing we want to do. Our stall chance is pretty low. We got a good amount of debate and advance chance. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. And nobody's decided to step in here, so I didn't really need Great Britain in here, but it'll be nice to have them anyway. Let me set a target state in there. Let me see. Mandalay is the capital, so we'll target Mandalay. This should not be too long a war, although it will be an expensive one for me as I'm continuing to build up my construction sectors. How is iron doing in my market? Iron is only moderately expensive. I'm going to start converting construction sectors over to iron to build a little faster. Not too many. But we'll start with the one in West Bengal and the one in East Bengal. And we'll go from there, because the faster we can get accelerating, the sooner we can do all the stuff we need to do. Particularly, we're going to need to build a bunch more bureaucracy to support having an institution already, because it costs us almost 800 bureaucracy per level of institutions. We have a Protestant traditionalist movement. It's, I don't love that, but it is what it is. Yes, hopefully this war will be short. So, excellent. Law debate success. We're back where we started. So, Burma should respond positively to both of these now that their capital is occupied. Opium addiction in northern Circus. Oria people are experiencing severe effects of opium addiction. The use and abuse of the substance has spread throughout northern Circars. The opium eater lies under the weight of incubus and nightmare. He lies in sight of all who would fain perform, just as a man forcibly confined to his bed by the mortal languor of a relaxing disease, who is compelled to witness injury or outrage offered to some object of his tenderest love. He curses the spells which chain him down from motion. He would lay down his life, if he might but get up and walk, but he is as powerless as an infant, and cannot even hope to rise. Tragic. Extra mortality, reduced standard of living. Oh, not good. Very bad. Empty pockets. A series of poor decisions led by the British Indian supremacist movement has led to a notable decrease in its ability to raise money. Numerous wealthy sympathizers have quietly halted their support for the movement in its current form. We do not wish to appear partisan. Always the same refrain. The organizer paced back and forth within his tiny office, fist clenched until it felt as if his knuckles were about to burst through his skin. Occasionally he stole a glance at the unopened envelopes on his desk, all of which he knew would repeat a variation on the same. Partisan. What did it mean? That they cared for something? That they'd chosen to do something beyond count the money in their vaults? He had something important to do, something which would improve society. They had a chance to do the same. In light, how could partisanship possibly be bad? Perhaps it will find an alternative source of funds. 2% of pops in West Bengal become more loyalist. That's really good. British Indian supremacist movement gets weaker. Or everything dies in the end, some faster than others. The British Indian supremacist movement gets a lot weaker. I'm going to do the first one. 2% of pops in West Bengal becoming loyal is really strong. Look at that. Look at all those loyalists. Oh my goodness, Sir Henry Fane is retired. Well, that's potentially a problem. I need a new leader for the Bengal army, and I need him fast. Let me see. Presidency army's guy, but he's reckless. I need a priesthood guy. He's an artillery commander. Yeah, let's go with this guy. And we'll give him a little promotion. I think I'm going to need a second guy. British East India Company guy. Compliant. Reduce authority, reduce interest group attraction. That's pretty neat. You seem qualified. Ah, a moderate. A compliant moderate. Exactly the person I need. Leading the presidency's armies. Alright. So the new leader of the presidency armies, by the way, is Joseph Connor. He's a moderate, so that shouldn't impact us all that much. And that'll get the Bengal army increasing in organization once again. Shouldn't be that big of an issue, but it's always something one needs to be careful about. Alright, and we are very near to building up the rice farms that are going to help solve our starvation issue. We've also nearly got a hold of all of Burma, which has solved the problem. So let's go ahead and start improving relations. Burma is currently wanting to be freer. They are getting a reduction in desire to be freer due to the truce, so hopefully we can solve our bad relations issue in time for them to be able to do what we need to do. I can't do anything else to improve their situation that I'm going to do. I suppose I could grant them Pegu. I can't. I can only give them to Nasrin. That's a pain. Hanover left the British Empire. Alright, so that means Queen Victoria has taken the throne. Wonderful. Alright. So, reasonably successful early war. I am colonial enthusiasm. The news that the government intends to pass Colonial Resettlement law has created great enthusiasm among those who are eager to exploit new and distant lands. Profit and adventure lie in wait for all those brave enough to embark with us. An untamed world awaits us, just waiting for us to deliver some good British Indian civilization. And if the natives object, make sure you have your rifle close at hand. Slow down, the law isn't signed yet. 20% enactment success. We shall take our rightful place on the world's stage. Increase enactment time, increase enactment success chance, increase prestige. Or load the ships, we part for distant shores, extra colony growth speed, extra enactment chance. I don't think colony growth speed is going to be an urgent need here, so let's just go with the first one and get as much enactment chance here as we can, because we're taking a chance out of the debate line here. Gold in New South Wales. Nice. We're taking chance out of the debate line here, so that's still meaningfully increasing our ability to do the thing we're trying to do. Now, it appears the war in Jammu is completed, so I could go ahead or war with the Khalsa Raj. My financial situation, though, seems to be doing pretty poorly. So maybe the better way to do this will be to work on building up my government admin first, and then concern myself with going after the Khalsa Raj. How much, excuse me, can I not, do we have a truce or something? Do I not have an interest declared? I sure do. Oh, they're a major. That's why I can't make them a protectorate. I need to start shaving off bits. Alright, so if I steal Punjab, that's going to be 18 infamy. Alright, that's a lot. Now, what about Sindh? You're still a regional power, so I can grab you. Do I need Sindh for Consolidate Colonial Rule? Is it on my list? It is. So, I do need to grab Sindh. Do I have to naval invade Sindh? I do. Oh, that's a pain. Do these states not join me in my wars? I thought they did. I thought they should, at least. What if instead I grab Punjab? It's the Punjab Hills state. Because if I grab Punjab, then I'll have a border in those areas, and that'll be necessary. Yeah, I think that's how I'm going to go about the situation. Alright, so from here, it's just... Hey! We got to amendment. Wonderful. So from here, it's just a mad dash to having enough government admin to be able to do the thing we're trying to do. I think I'm going to reorder those railways, because the one in West Bengal is the most important one. Because there's already a market access shortage in West Bengal, and I can free up a little bit of authority if I can do that. Not that I really need to free up authority at this stage, but it would be useful. Alright, so British Indian Tenasserim should be no longer in starvation, and it looks like it is. Standard of living is going up just by a hair, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. And that should be dealing with the harvest shortage in... Shouldn't it? Subsidize! Hired, you fools! Gandalf telling rice farm managers to do their jobs. Okay, so this rice farm is hiring, so that's producing the food that we need. Now, you're subsidized, so you're hiring a little bit, and that's going to have to just be what it is. Dissenters break ranks, so I dislike this. To outside observers, the presidency armies may appear firmly committed to the idea of colonial resettlement, but behind this facade of unity, discord has long festered. Now, a clique of dissenters have finally had enough and have officially broken with their fellow members over the issue of the reform. For how long have we stood together? How many times have we lent a willing hand your way? Yet our own concerns are left unanswered, and our own desires left unmet. If we shall not be heard here, we shall be so elsewhere. Splitters, may the devil take them, minus 15% enactment chance. Presidency armies weaker. Loosen our purse strings, perhaps we can lure some of them back. This costs money, but reduces the impact. Or offer them custodianship over a new draft, increase enactment time, increase enactment success chance. Presidency army slightly weaker, but one setback. I'm actually going to do this third one. That's going to put us up at 43%, and we're taking a setback, but we're already in stage 2, so I'm feeling pretty confident. Our success chance is twice our stall chance, so we still got 15% advance. So that should be pretty good. With that having been said, that is all the time we've got for this episode. It's going to be a wild ride, but we're doing well so far. So, but that is it for today. My nerds, I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you on the other side.